So Donald Trump has flipped on Mo Brooks, politically that is, but it gives rise to one obvious question. Has Mo Brooks flipped on Donald Trump? Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So Donald Trump just released a statement admitting that he was dead wrong. You don't see that every day. In fact, you don't see that any day. But in substance, that's what Donald Trump just did. Because he had endorsed his insurrection buddy Mo Brooks for Senate, but Donald Trump just reversed course and withdrew his endorsement. Here's how it's being reported out today in The Hill. Headline: Trump withdraws endorsement of woke Mo Brooks. And that article reads in part, former President Trump has pulled his endorsement of Representative Mo Brooks in this year's Alabama Senate primary, slamming the Republican as woke and disloyal to him for doubting his claims about the 2020 presidential election. Trump says, quote, when I endorsed Mo Brooks, he took a 44-point lead and was unstoppable. He then hired a new campaign staff who brilliantly convinced him to stop talking about the 2020 election, Trump said in a statement issued on Wednesday morning. So Trump claims that he's withdrawing his endorsement because Mo Brooks wouldn't stick with his lie about the election being stolen. A claim that even Bill Barr said, I told Donald Trump the claim that the election was stolen was BS. Don't you love it when these corrupt politicians start to feed on one another? But I digress. Back to the Hill article. Trump says, quote, very sad. But since he decided to go in another direction, so have I, and I am hereby withdrawing my endorsement of Mo Brooks for Senate. I don't think the great people of Alabama will disagree with me. Election fraud must be captured and stopped, or we won't have a country anymore. Now, Donald Trump does not like to admit that he's ever wrong, but he just did. So the question is, why? Well, before we try to tackle the question of why Donald Trump just flipped on Mo Brooks, let's remember what Mo Brooks said and did together with Donald Trump at Trump's January 6th pre-insurrection pep rally. Here's some of the reporting about what Brooks said from Rolling Stone. Headline: Mo Brooks' incendiary January 6th speech, Trump made me do it. And that article reads in part, Brooks' speech included a fiery call to the crowd of Trump supporters gathered at the Ellipse that morning to, quote, start taking down names and kicking ass. Brooks also noted how our ancestors sacrificed their blood, their sweat, their tears, their fortunes, and sometimes their lives before asking the audience if they were willing to do the same. Quote, are you willing to do what it takes to fight for America? Brooks yelled before telling the rally attendees to carry the message to the Capitol and that the fight begins today. So in a very real and direct and express way, Mo Brooks, together with Donald Trump and Rudy Giuliani and Don Jr. and others who talked at the pre-insurrection pep rally, not only hyped the crowd up, told them they had to go down there and fight like hell or they won't have a country anymore. The fight starts today. Get down there and kick ass and take names. Now go. Mo Brooks, Donald Trump, and the others launched the attack on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. And now Donald Trump has flipped on Mo Brooks. So what might motivate Trump to admit that he was wrong to endorse Mo Brooks? Because it makes him look foolish. It diminishes the value of any future endorsements he might make, because this kind of endorsement flip-flop makes it clear that his endorsement judgment is poor. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he can't even be relied on to stick with an endorsement he makes. So, do we think Trump really did this because Mo Brooks told people they should move on from the 2020 election? Or might Mo Brooks have become a more direct threat to Donald Trump? Might Mo Brooks have decided to cooperate with the January 6th Select Committee investigating the Capitol attack? Might Mo Brooks be cooperating with the Department of Justice's investigation of the insurrection, which we know, based on some recent indictments, seems to be gathering steam? Well, we don't know why Donald Trump just announced to America that he was wrong in his endorsement of Mo Brooks, but I'm not buying Trump's explanation for a minute that it was simply because Brooks said we should move on from the last presidential election. But one thing remains true, friends. We don't know what we don't know. So we don't know why Donald Trump felt compelled to issue a strongly worded statement that Donald Trump was wrong. But we do know that's unusual. We don't know where the January 6th committee is precisely in its investigation. We sure don't know where the Department of Justice is in its investigation of the insurrection. But we do know one thing. We know that we're going to stay at it. We're going to stay on top of every development and every story, futile though it may feel from time to time. Because some things are worth fighting for. Our democracy is worth fighting for. Justice is worth fighting for. And yes, justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.